Hello everybody, welcome to Laney's Beads and Bliss. I'm Laney, and you guys have been in the comments wanting to know what Laney was gonna make with her Hobby Lobby haul this time. So, I'm gonna show you. So, I have already made a couple of these items, you guys, but I will tell you how I made it, and we're gonna make a couple things together. How's that sound? Awesome. All right, so first things first, you guys. I made this necklace. Okay, so here's the necklace, and it is made out of those pretty purple beads, the flat ones that were in that long strand. So all I did, you guys, was I took some of these beads. I took 3 of them. Odd number, right? And then I used a couple of these bead caps around each one, and then I just made and put a little 2mm gold spacer on each side, and I just made a simple loop. Okay, so that's how I put that together. And then, you guys, I did make another component. So these are a couple of 6mm bicones, and these are some of those pretty pink strand that I got when I was there. That little pretty pink strand that had those pink beads on there with that. It's got some kind of flash on it. I don't know, but it's cool. So I just made another component with that. I used 1, 2, 3, 4 of those little 2mm spacer beads and just a simple loop. Okay, so in between each one of those stations, I used some of this gold heart chain that came in the bargain bead box, because all this stuff is in Laney's stash now, right? So I can use all of it. Okay, so I made 2 of those, and there's about 8 links of chain in here in between each one. And that is our necklace. I used this little toggle clasp. So I also made a pair of earrings to go with it. So here's the necklace. If you guys want to see how I put this together, just let me know. I'll take it apart and put it back together again just for you. I will. So that was project number 1. Let me see. I've got the stuff over here to make the earrings. So this is what the earring looks like. I used the same components pretty much. I just took one of the purple beads, put that bead cap around there, made a little component. This time I just used 2. One of the little pink ones and a 6mm bicone. And just hung it on ear wire. Simple, easy peasy. So I'll go ahead and make one and show you guys how I made it. So here are our components. Okay, so let me bring you down here a little bit. So I just got the bead caps, my stone, a couple of little spacer beads, my ear wire, and now all we need to really do is put it together. Now, you can make your own head pins, or you can use an already made eye pin. I'm just going to use one that's already made. I had a pin 569 from you know where. Not from Hobby Lobby, y'all. But sometimes we have to put stuff with stuff, right? So I'm just going to take my little ball head pin, because that just gives it a little decoration on the bottom and on the top. And these things are tiny, y'all. 2mm, 2mm. Okay, so now I have that. I'm gonna put my bead on there. See how cute that is? Yes. So I'm gonna put another one on top, and y'all tell me if it looks like grandma jewelry. Tell me. I want to know. I am a grandma, y'all know. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. All right, so as I said, we're just going to do us a simple loop. So we're going to get down here as close as we can. And we're just going to flip that over like so. And then we can cut. We'll cut about right here. We don't need a big old loop. Okay, so now all we need to do is make our loop here. Well, it's trying to not cooperate. So let's see if we can do it the other way. Because if you put your fingernail in there, it'll kind of steady it up for you. And then you can just take it and turn. And turn. And look what happened. That's crazy. But we can fix it. No problemo. Just need to make sure it's good and closed as per. Tiny movement. Now, now this might look a little wonky because this is an irregular shaped bead. And it is not all the way closed, y'all. Alright, so now we can make our other component. And if you wanted to, you could use your one-step looper. But we're just going to do it like normal. We're going to turn it. And we will cut it off. Like so. And we're just going to make our loop. Sometimes these things are hard to hold, especially if they're kind of tiny. I'm sorry, y'all, I was all out of frame and stuff. Okay, so now all we need to do is, whoa, not these. Let me bring you back a little bit. So now all we need to do is open our loop. Laney closed that one so good she can't see which side the loop is on. There we go. Put our little dangle on there. And guys, I made these components exactly the same way I did in our necklace components. This thing looks so pretty on your neck. Oh my goodness. And you guys will see it on the bust. Alright, so now all we need to do is put our ear wire on. And there's our little pair of earrings. Cute, right? Yes. I tried to find ones that are similar size, but guys, these were all kind of different. But I found a couple that were similar in size, and I just love how these turned out. Don't you guys love them? Yes, I hope so. Okay. And I don't know, I don't remember who said it, but somebody put in the chat that Laney was a genius. Now, y'all, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But I do try. I do try to think of fun things for us to do together. Okay, so we have project number 1. So for project number 2, I used these beads. So these were those acrylic beads that were on that long strand, and I just thought they were so pretty. They kind of look, you know, like pearl. Excuse me. So all I did was is I have these actually on a piece of, I have these on a rod, and I'm going to transfer them off onto some stringing material. But the pattern that I went for here, I wanted to kind of keep that pearl look going. So I used 3 of these, and there's a pearl in between. And there are, let me pull this back a little bit so you can see the components. So let's just start over on this end. So we ended up with a little gold ball. I also used one of these little spacer beads. These came between a set of the beads that I got. I think it was, where are they? Well, they were these beads, y'all. These ones. They came between those. So I used one of those. So I went three pearls. I ended up with 2 here at the end because I had to do it for my length, for my wrist. And then one of these little spacers. And these were some little shell beads that we got. It's a coin bead that we got in the bargain bead box. So I used one of those. Spacer, 3 little pearls. These are the big bag of pearls I got over there. And then another one of these, just to give it a little something different. Then a spacer. Now on the ends of these, I do have the little 4mm bead caps. Let me pull this back just a little bit more. These little 4mm bead caps, they're so cute. And then I put one facing this side, and then I put a pearl in between, and I had one facing this side. And look what it does. Look what a little pretty statement that makes right there with those bead caps together like that. Okay, so same process the rest of the way through this bracelet. So now all we need to do is put her together. Yes? Yes. All right, so to put this together, I am going to use, let's use our bone 49 strand soft flex beading wire. These beads are very light, and I think if I use the 7 strand, it might not work. What y'all think? We can try it. I like to save this for like fancy stuff. Fancy stuff. Let's try a 7 strand. We'll just use this one. This is 7 strand that I got like in a whole big old pack. There were all kinds of colors. I think I've showed this to you guys before. But there's different colors. See that pretty? Maybe I should use that one. I'm just going to use this gold. I'm going to give myself a little extra because we do have to make sure that we have enough wire to crimp our ends and do all the things that we need to do to this. Alright, so now all we need to do is offload this off of our rod. Yep. And it's going to become a bracelet. How y'all feel about that? Alright, so I am going to bead bug one end of this. And we're just going to load it up. One bead at a time. Finding our bliss right here. One bead at a time on our bead mat. Yes. And you guys, Laney keeps losing her glasses. Every time she moves somewhere, she has them on her head. They end up wherever she was instead of where they need to be. And these little 2mm spacer beads are tiny. Oh wait, this is not right. No, you know what? No, it is. It's right. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I was thinking you're putting these on backwards, but it's the same pattern all the way across, so it's going to turn out right. Well, let's see if we can get all three of these through here at one time. How about it? I like it. Alright. So I hope you guys are doing well today. It is a beautiful day here where I live. It was 80 something degrees outside. It was like summer. I didn't even have to have a jacket. And Laney gets cold, y'all, all the time. Laney gets cold. So it's nice to be able to go outside and not have to have an Arctic parka on. Yep. Okay. And I think you guys, I really want to show you guys how to make the hand chains, because summer is coming. I've got a wedding coming up. I might need to make me some wedding jewelry, y'all. I haven't decided what I'm gonna wear yet though. I have a couple of things in mind, but I don't know. And it's coming up fast, so I gotta decide, because I'm probably gonna make me some jewelry to wear. In fact, I might even see if the bride needs some kind of something maybe for her bridesmaids. But the wedding is in April, so she's probably already got all that taken care of. I should have thought of it earlier. You know, live and learn, and then get loves. Isn't that the commercial? I don't need any loves though, y'all, because that ship has sailed. Amen. Can I get an amen? That's right. Amen. All right. So we're just here beading together, having a good old time. So I guess I should ask you guys, what would you have made with the beads that I got when we went to Hobby Lobby? What would you guys have made with those beads? You guys were all in the chat. I just love y'all so much. I really do. You all are the best subscribers a girl could have. I tell you, every time I go look at a comment, I'm just like, oh, they are so sweet. So sweet. Make me feel all good about myself and stuff. I'm just happy to be able to be here and do this with you guys. And I love that we get to go on trips together. Even though we don't know each other, we still get to go on trips together and have fun. And our next trip, you guys, is gonna be Michael's. Because when you guys voted, you said Hobby Lobby first, and Michael's came in second. So that's the place that we're going to go next. I'm going to assume that that's what you guys would want to do, because I normally don't like to assume, you know, but you make a you know what out of you and when you assume. But it's gonna be fun. I love taking you guys on road trips. Yep. All right. So guys, here's our little bracelet all strung up. So we'll see. All right. So now, ooh, look at that. See, that's kind of why I didn't want to use this 7-strand wire, but it'll be okay. It will. All right. So we need some jump rings, and we need some crimp tubes. And where are my jump rings? Here are my jump rings. We also need a lobster claw. We also need some clamshells. And guys, we could use a wire guardian, but I don't think it really needs it. And I don't feel like trying to fight with a crimp cover because I don't like to leave my crimps naked. So, okay. Let's get a couple jump rings here. One for that side, and I'm gonna get a little bit smaller one to attach a lobster claw. Here's our lobster claw. Now this is just a little simple stringing design, you guys. You know, we don't always have to be so fancy. I do like to be fancy, but not all the time. But I think this would be cute for Easter. Easter's coming up. This would be a cute little design for Easter. Alright, so we'll get down here close to the end and we're going to smash that like so. And you can see I gave myself way too much wire, but I'd rather have too much than not enough because you can't really add wire, you know. So I'm going to trim that off just a little bit more. Sticking up. There we go. And we can close that up. Like so. And guys, as I said before, if you don't feel comfortable just leaving this in here like this, you can put a little bit of glue in there, but I never do. And I've not really had any break, so I'm not all that much concerning about that. Alright, so we will open this up a little bit and put that on there. Alright. And we do want to kind of swirl it up a little bit so that we make sure that we have space, but not too much. Because see, this one's going to be kind of stiff as it is. Alright, let me get my little needle nose pliers here. And you guys, I'll have these tools, a link to these tools in the description if you guys need to get you some. Don't play with me. Alright, he was trying to play with me, y'all. Okay, so now I can snip this one. Just leaving just a little piece of wire sticking out there. And we'll just close her up. Like so. Okay. Ooh, that would make a nice little, if I had some more, that'd make a nice little necklace. But I was looking at something on one of the groups that I belong to. I want to say it's the Bargain Bead Box one. And somebody was talking about trying to sell their, beaded necklaces. And somebody said people don't wear those anymore. Is that true, y'all? Is that true? Y'all need to let me know. Because if that's true, I'm doing the wrong thing. I am doing the wrong thing. But most of this jewelry I make for myself, and I like it. I am a grandmother, but I do, wait a minute, I put that on the wrong jump ring. I need the big jump ring for this to hook to. How about that? Let's fix it. That's what happens when Laney starts talking. She forgets what she's doing. Okay. We'll take our little tinier one. And we'll attach our lobster to this one. And guys, I made a pair of earrings to go with this. Of course I did. I don't do it every single time, but I like to make the earrings to match the bracelet or the necklace, whatever it is I'm making. And I also heard that people don't like matchy, but my goodness, I don't understand that. Let me see if I can get this on. Let me see. I need my tool. So I'm gonna put this part right on here, and I'm gonna leave this part hanging so that I can catch it with my. So you have to kind of get it like you want it and bring it around. The struggle is real, people. But see, that makes it a little bit easier. All right, let's see what we're working with here. Oh, look at her. She's pretty. Oh. Yes, look at her. Super cute. She's a little big for my wrist, but see. But it's okay. I might give this to somebody as a gift. It's very light. Doesn't really get in the way, and I like the way the two pearls are here, the shell pearls. And our little focals. Cute. Yes. And Laney did not make a dangle for that. But I did make some earrings. So guys, here's our earring. Look at them. Oh. Alright, so it's pretty simple. So I just put, I used a head pin. Okay, head pin. One of those little spacer beads. And then our focal. And I need to make sure this is closed because it is not. It is not all the way closed. See that air in there? See it? Trickery. Small, tiny movement. Just take your time. All right. So this is going to be the top of our earring. I've got a little 4mm bead cap, one of the pearls that we had in our bracelet, and one of the smaller pearls that we had in the bag, and these little teeny tiny 2mm spacer beads. Okay. So this time I'm on my eye pin. Okay. And I'm going to use my one-step looper for this one. I'm going to use the 1.5 millimeter. So all we need to do is put our eye pin through there. And then we're going to let it do its thing. Shut it all the way up. Pull it back a little bit to get it centered. And she didn't close all the way, but that happens sometimes, guys. It's okay. Now we'll just make sure she's closed. There we go. Alright, so now I'm just going to open the loop on the bottom where our big pearl is. And we'll stick that on there. Just like that. And guys, this time I decided to use a post earring. I believe I got these either from Amazon or the bargain bead box. I do not remember which one. But yes, they just come like this, and you can hang whatever on it you like, just like the other little ones that I used. All right, so we'll put them over there. So all we need to do now is add this to our post. Make sure it's all closed. And make sure that she's hanging properly. Ooh, and that is not closed. Okay. There we go. There's our little earrings, you guys, to go with our bracelets. Yes or yes. All right. So that was project number 2. So you guys, I also did something a little bit different. So I made a bracelet because y'all said that y'all wanted to see something with those green beads. So I used them in a couple different ways, you guys. So the first thing I did was I made this bracelet. It's just a little single bracelet, and look at her. Okay, so these beads right here, which is my focal, came in with those blue beads. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah. Okay, so here's where I put all my stuff from Hobby Lobby. See, it wasn't very much. I don't know why it cost so much, because it wasn't that much stuff, y'all. But here's the little pink beads I was talking about that I used in this set. These little pink ones here. And these rondelle things came between these beads right here. Yeah. Okay, so this was that strand that came together with those pretty blue beads. I love those beads. Guys, one of them was broken. It had a big old chip out of the corner. I was so disappointed because you know Laney likes to work in 3s, but since she can't do that now, these might have to become some earrings. But these little beads were in there along with these you know, Art Deco looking ones. Yes, so I just used one of those. And guys, this was just simply, so I took this as my focal, took 2 of our green beads and 2 little fire polishes that I got from Dollar Bead Box, and I just made a simple loop on those, and that was my component. Okay, component number 1. So for component number 2, I used these little bow tie beads. That's what I call them. Depending on how you look at them, they change color. But I also had some of these little green crystals, and I thought that just offset that so pretty. So I just made that as a component. The other component that I had was just one of the little green with a couple of the fire polish again. And that is my whole setup on this. And then after I did it, I just hooked them all together. Okay, I put my jump ring on one end, and I put my lobster claw on the other end. And that was our little bracelet, you guys. So it's cute. I like it. And of course, y'all might be tired of seeing green by now because Laney went green crazy, didn't she? But I tried something fun with an earring. I never saw anybody do this quite this way before. But we're going to see. Okay, we'll see if Laney can make it work for a second time. So guys, here is our earring. So, what I did was I took a little teeny tiny piece of chain, and I'm going to make one with you guys so you can see how I did it. But I used my green beads, and I didn't have any of these left. I didn't have any of these left. So I just used a little spacer, and this is actually a crimp tube. Yeah, well, a crimp bead, I guess you would call it. And I put those on either side of my bow tie just to help the green stand up off of it a little bit. And then here at the bottom, the way that I did this, and this this was how I hid what I did down here. So down here on the end, I just took one of those little crimp beads and crimped it right here on the bottom. Y'all see that? I crimped it right there on the bottom, like that. And then I took this bead cap and put it down over so you can't see it. Is Laney crazy? I don't know. Hey, I don't know. All right, so then green bead, a little spacer bead, bow tie bead, spacer bead, another green bead. Now what I did up here at the top is the fun part, because I was trying to figure out how in the world I was going to get this to work. So I'm going to show you now what Laney did. Okay, so we'll put this one together. All right, so I'm going to lay that right there so you guys can see it. So here's our components. Okay, now this is a crimp cover, but this is like a huge crimp cover, but I needed a big one because of what I'm about to do next. Okay, so I already showed you guys how I put the bottom on, right? I just took one of those little teeny tiny crimp beads like this, one of these, and I just put it on the bottom and smashed it. And then I put the bead cap on top, and there's my components. So the fun part came when I was ready to do the top, because I was like, Laney, how in the world are you gonna get this to hang on something? So what I did was I took one of these little connectors right here. Okay, you can use these like for leather cord or leather. I use one of these for my leather piece that I did last time. Okay, and it's got the foldy over things, and it's got a loop at the top. So I thought, well, I'm gonna try. So this is what happened. Okay, so I took this and either side of this can be the front or the back. So I just laid this wire down in here. Now, when I did it the first time, the struggle was real, y'all. But I think I figured it out. Basically, you just have to keep a good hold on it until you can get it started. Now, I might drop it. See, like I said. But we're going to make it work, y'all. We are going to make it work. Now, also, guys, you could put a little bit of glue in there as well. So I'm going to go see if I can get this started. It is a little bit fiddly, I'm not even gonna lie, but it's a way that we can do what we want to do without reinventing the wheel, you know. We figure it out. Okay, I got a piece of it going down. You need to stay on there. This was the hardest part. Okay, I think I got it. But you have to make sure that you smash it down in there good. Okay, and then we come to the other side and we're gonna bring it around. And smash it down like so. And really smash it in there. And that baby ain't going nowhere. So, this is the bottom of our earring. Now, I was like, you have to hide that, Laney, because that doesn't look good. So, what I did was, I took that big old crimp tube and I put it on there. And it fit. And I leave this part sticking out, but I want to kind of have it going like this so that it's in there kind of flat. Like that. And then I started closing it down. Okay, close it down. Now you just kind of have to shape this. Okay, like so. So now it looks like we just got a big old silver bead right here. But we have something to hang from. Ha-ha! Alright, so now we can make our top part. So basically I just took a head pin, a eye pin, and I put one of these little, let me make sure this is shut good. Shut pretty good. So I put one of these and one of these and another little crimp tube. Okay, and we're just gonna make a loop. And flip that right over, cut it, and we will make our loop. And we are going to make this loop, y'all. There we go. This thing is not trying to cooperate today. Alright. And these head pins, guys, these are the ones that I got from Hobby Lobby, and they are strong, I'm telling you. I needed some strong ones, not flimsy. So now we just make sure it's closed. Small movement. Okay. So now we have something to hang to our component here. Just a little bit more fiddling with that. Looks pretty good though. It's all closed up. So now all we have to do is open our component here. And we had to have one more component, guys, because these ear wire, these posts, these circles do not open. Okay, those do not open. So we had to have one more component up here for it to hang on. All right, so now we're here at the top. We're gonna open this up. We can put our post on and just shut that down. And guys, there's our little earrings. I thought they were interesting. What do you guys think? Do you like them? Would you wear those? I would. Yes, I would. I sure would. But I thought, how in the world am I going to make these? And I don't even know what made me think to make it something like this. But hey, let's be creative with what we're doing. We're sitting here at our bead mat. Let's figure things out. Let's be creative. Right? All right. Now, with that being said, there's our little set. They go together like that. Yes. There's that one set. And here's our purple. Purple. Here's our bracelet. Laney just went all out for y'all. I made a whole bunch of stuff actually. I actually have a bracelet also that goes with this necklace set. All right, so there we got those pieces right there. Okay, what do you think? You like it? I hope so. I know y'all will let me know in the comments. All right, let me move this over because I'm going to show you how I made the bracelet, or how I'm going to make the bracelet to go with our necklace, our little purple necklace set. All right. So here's what we have, you guys. I've got this one on a rod. So this time I went with 5 of the purple glass. They look like quartz. They really do look like quartz. And then we've got our 6mm bicone with a little spacer bead in between. And then we've got the little pink ones, because I was using the same stuff that I was using in my my necklace. So this time I think I am going to use, let's try the bone. I don't want to use green and I don't want to use blue, so we're going to use the bone this time. Alright, and I'm going to give myself a little bit extra for crimping purposes and things, you know. Oh, you guys. Laney had so much fun making this stuff and trying to figure out what to make. Yes. And I knew you guys were waiting. You guys wait for me so patiently. But y'all know Laney works full-time job, and she's got a grandson, and she's got a husband, and all the things. But I make time for y'all. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This is what I would be doing anyway, even if I wasn't doing YouTube, so why not? Okay. Now, we're going to bead bug one end of this baby, and we're going to string her up. So again, I started with my little spacer bead. Hold on one second. Let me flush cut this, because there's just a little bit on the end here that is not trying to cooperate, and it's got to go, because it will keep it from going through these little 2mm beads. Alright, let's find our hole. There we go. Alright, we're just going to string this, you guys. And let's see if we can try our trick from last time. See if we can get through all three. Check that out. I like it. Alright. And guys, the reason that I put these on like these rods, or I'll already have them strung up, is because I need to see what it's going to look like before I like to see what it looks like before I actually make it for myself, you know? Not just because of you guys, but I need to see it for myself in my own eye and be like, oh, that's beautiful, or oh, you need to try again. You need to try again, Laney. Try again. Put something else in there. Do something a little different with that. And I get out lots and lots of beads, and that's how I get that bead paralysis, because I get out too much stuff. If y'all could only see, I get out so much stuff that I think I'm going to use, but then I end up not using it, and so it's in little containers sitting all over the place until I take the time to put it back where it goes. Some days it's more than my brain can handle, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna leave right there, because I had intended on using it and I still might. Is that bad? Y'all ever do that? You ever get like a bunch of stuff out with good intentions and find that you can't use it, and you're like, I just really don't feel like finding all the containers to put these back in the right exact place? Y'all ever feel like that? Or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Alright, you guys. And I want to show you one more thing that I made. But this is the last thing that we're going to make in this video. But believe you me, I've got some ideas for some of that other stuff that I had. And I just hope you guys are enjoying this, hanging out. Maybe you're making something yourself while you're listening to me. I don't know. But all the time, guys, I appreciate you for being here with me and helping my channel to grow. I appreciate you so much. Yes, yes, yes. All right. It's coming right along, people. So you guys tell me what you would like to see on the channel. Is there something that you're interested in making that you're not quite sure about, or might need a little help with? Something that I can show you, maybe? Anything that you're struggling with? Put it in the comments, because you guys know I read my comments and I try to get back to you guys as fast as I can. But sometimes, you know, life is lifing, and I do my very best. I don't think that I've let any go past 48 hours. I know that. I try to get them as I see them, and I'm checking throughout the day, see what you guys are talking about. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, put in the comments if there's something that you'd like to see. If you need some instruction on a technique or something, you know, if I know how to do it, I'm happy to show you. But y'all, somebody had to tell me what saddle beads were, because Laney did not even know The saddle beads were these ones right here. These were the ones that I was in Hobby Lobby and I said, well, I don't know what exactly those are, but I like them. It was these. These are called saddle beads. And, you know, looking at them now makes perfect sense. They look like a saddle. But it never would have come to my mind to call them that. Yeah. But I see a make with those in Laney's future as well. All right. So here's our little pattern, y'all. And this is going to be our bracelet. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So as per usual, we are going to get us a couple of crimp tubes. And I think that bone wire worked nicely in there, we think. I need to get me some more colored wire, because I think that would be cool to have like the colored wire, some of this stuff. I just had to make sure that was 2 and not 33. All right, we'll do our little lobster. And we are going to do like we always do. I am going to try to figure out some different techniques for ending out some bracelets and stuff. There's other ways to do this, but you know, for all intents and purposes, this is the easiest, and it looks just as pretty as some of the little fancy smancy things folks do, you know. All right, smash that up there. And we shall cover it. Close that up good. There we go. And we're gonna try to keep this twisted up a little bit. We'll open up our clamshell here. And now all we need to do is smash it. Uh-oh. Might have been a little too tight, y'all. We'll see. Oh, I think we might be good. I don't know. There's not very much space in there, but we don't want a lot. Alright, my camera turned off again. But there's our bracelet, you guys. Isn't she cute? Oh my goodness. I love it. Alright, let's put our stuff on here. I don't know why I didn't get out more jump rings. Am I crazy? Maybe. Maybe, baby. Alright, I just had them. They are gone that fast, piece. Okay. Make it a little bit smaller one to handle our jump ring. Our lobster claw. If I could get my words right, it would be great. Just great. Sometimes Laney loses her words. I don't use no script, y'all. I just sit here and talk to y'all like we're friends, because we are. You know? And sometimes I forget what things are called. And somebody will be nice enough in the comments to tell me. Or, you know, when I'm going through and editing, I'll put y'all a little note up there so you know what I was talking about. because I'll say, I don't remember what it is. I'll think of it in a minute, and I never think of it. So I have to put y'all a note in the video, because when I'm editing, I can remember. I just can't remember while we're sitting here talking. You know? It happens. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, let's try this again. All right. This is another little bracelet that I had made a while back. Y'all saw it. I made it with the time traveler. All right. Well, there she is, you guys. You like her? Is she cute? Come back here, you. Would you wear it? I'm definitely gonna wear it. I love the purple. And even though it sticks up a little bit, like if you're working or whatever, it shouldn't impede you, because the flat part is on the bottom, you know, with my smaller beads. And that's one of the reasons why we do that. We don't put the bigger beads at the bottom a lot of times, because, you know, if you have to work and type and stuff like that, that can get worrisome after a while. But what do you think, guys? Love it. I love it. All right. And I'm just going to show you one other bracelet that I made, and we are going to be done for today. Yes. I don't know how long this video is going to turn out to be. So guys, here's our set. Yes, 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 yes. Our little set with our bracelet. And we've got our little earrings here. Yes. I love purple and gold together, y'all. Purple and gold together. Woohoo. Yes. And with our little heart chain. All right. And here's our green earrings that Laney was just, you know, being creative. Yep. All right. And here's our little bracelet that goes along with that. She's cute. Did I put her on? I don't think I did. All right, you guys, here she is on. Ain't she cute? Oh, I just love it. Look at her. Pretty green. Yes. There she is. Just a single little statement. Like I said, we don't need 500 bracelets on to make statements, right? But with that being said, I do have one more bracelet. And I'm just going to tell you how I put this one together. I'm not going to remake this one. So let me move this stuff out of the way, because the camera's trying to focus on that and not what I'm trying to show you. All right. So guys, here is our final bracelet. I used some more of the green beads, and this is a triple strand bracelet. Now, I know I told y'all I don't care too much for triple strand bracelets, but I just felt like this one needed to be that. So I used our green beads again. Okay. And in between those, I have some little fire polish beads. These came from Dollar Bead Box. Okay. And they're kind of I don't want to say pink. They're almost like, what do they look like? They look like beige. Okay. They're kind of beige as opposed to pink. So I was going with, they have a little pink tinge to them, but I use those, and I use one of these little fire polish green beads for this strand. Same for this strand, okay, except I put them in a different order, because over here I started with my green bead, and over here I started with these beads, okay. And all I did was I made a loop with my wire and used my magical crimper to make my little bead, okay. And then I put all three on a jump ring. Now our middle strand, you guys, these beads here, pretty much all of these came from the bargain bead box, okay. These were those pretty green beads that I got. I think it was on, I might have got them on the Black Friday sale maybe, but I just think these beads are so gorgeous with those striations in it. And these are some little flowers, and they have some kind of wash on them. You see, when you move them a certain way, they have a certain color, but they're kind of clear. But they definitely got that little wash on them, a little purplish, greenish wash. And then in between each one, around each one of the green beads, I put a little 4mm flower bead cap, just to give that little something extra that's peeking out right there. You know, it's just peeking out right there. Get out of here. You causing my camera not focus right. So then on the other side here, I just made the loops again with my one-step looper. And y'all, I discovered something. I'm not going to tell you right now. Next time I make something, and not my one-step looper, but my magical crimper. And the next time I make something with my magical crimper, I'm going to show y'all what I discovered. Because sometimes that magical crimper will eat your crimp tubes alive. They will look like you mashed them in a meat grinder. But I figured out a way to fix it, I think. So y'all remind me to show y'all that. Put it in the comments if you want to see Laney's new trick for the magical crimper. And it might not be the right thing to do, but I'm telling you, it worked. It worked. So if you've ever had a bead or a crimp tube eaten up by your magical crimper, Laney might have a way to help you fix it. All right, so just let me know if you want to know. Let me know in the comments if you want to know. But here is our last bracelet, and I think she's cute. She's a 3-strand, but she's cute. And let me put her on so you can see. All right, you guys, there she is. Now, is this a statement or what? What is it saying? It's saying Laney loves green. Yes, she does. Oh my goodness. So I'm not going to make anything else green for a while, y'all, because y'all are probably tired of seeing green, but I love green, and it looks really nice on my skin tone. Would you say? Yes. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today and seeing all the fun things that Laney made with her Hobby Lobby little bead haul this time. I didn't get very much, but I was saving up so we can go to Michael's and I can get some more stuff there, you know. So here's our little bracelet. And here's this one with our earrings. Yes. And then our little 3-piece set with our bracelet and our earrings and our necklace. And that is what Laney made for you guys from our Hobby Lobby haul. Now, if there are other beads that you guys would like to see, just let me know and I'll see if I can figure something out. You know, because Laney likes to make her people happy. Yeah. All right, you guys, there they are. So guys, go get you some merch. I'll put the link in the description for the Laney's Bliss shop. And I also have some links down there for you guys if you need some tools or something that you were going to buy anyway. You can use my link, and it does help out the channel. All right, you guys. So as always, find your bliss right here on the bead mat, and I'll see you in the next video.